applause. The applause just never seems to stop. Hey, good Friday. Good Friday. It is Good Friday. Happy Easter weekend. The start of the Easter weekend is beginning right now. I'm Dave Koz. Thank you very much for joining us for another at-home session. We're very, very excited to have you, whatever you're up to. Thank you very much for making us part of your Friday afternoon. It is 3:32 here in Los Angeles. I'm at home in LA, yet I have guests. They just can't seem to stay away. It's not because of me. I know that. I know this to be a fact. It's not because they're not here for me.
We have no other place to go.
And they have no other place to go. And they're here for you. And there is one Blake Kuwahara.
Happy Easter, everybody.
Right here in Los Angeles, California. How is it that you live in Sausalito and you show up in Los Angeles as well?
Because I live in West Hollywood.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you
like you?
Are you stalking me?
I think so.
You're stalking me.
Or the other way around, I think, actually.
It might actually be. Oh, by the way, I did get some new Kuis. We have to show them today. They're in the kitchen. Yeah. Blake sent me a pair of new Kuis for my birthday, which was last week. Anyway, and then in person today, Janice De La Cruz. There she is.
Happy Friday.
Happy Good Friday and happy Easter to you guys. Well, thank you very much for joining us today. We love doing these special impromptu shows and coming to you live. And it's all, this particular group of shows is all in support of a live stream that we have coming up. It's 2 weeks from Sunday. Oh, here are the brand new Kuis that Janice just brought to me. Let me just show you these real quickly. These are Kuis too. It's when I call them Kuis. But let's just be honest for 1 second. How good do these look on me? And as Blake said to me earlier today, if I wear these, I can never go back to dyeing my hair.
Have to change the color of the frame.
How about those, huh? Mm-hmm.
Pretty perfect.
Mm-hmm. Like they were made for me.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for my gift. I love these
Happy
very, very
birthday.
much. Thank you.
Still celebrating.
So, yeah, still celebrating. I'm going on for a while. Anyways, all in support of a live stream that we have going on 2 weeks from Sunday. It's April 18th. It's called Cruising on a Sunday Afternoon. We just put our cruise for 2022 back on sale after this long pandemic, and very, very excited. We still have some cabins to sell, but there's been an overwhelming amount of support to get back to cruising. People are starting to feel a little bit more comfortable with vaccinations and with communities and cities and states opening up a little bit more. So people are starting to think about their vacation plans. You remember when we used to go on vacation? It's an amazing concept that's coming back into people's minds. So next year, May of 2022, the Dave Koz Cruise sets sail from Amsterdam, Holland, the Netherlands, to the British Isles. It's called Amsterdam and the British Isles. We will visit 5 countries in 7 days. The Netherlands, England, Ireland, Wales, and Scotland. And we would love for you to come up on board. So to get people thinking about vacations again, we decided to do our live stream. And Brian Foisey, who's producing here today, if you can pop up our little thing, there it is. We have got some wonderful guests that will be hosted by Pat Prescott, my sister. We'll have music from Adam Hawley, from Vincent Ingala, who was on this show 2 weeks ago today, Keiko Matsui, the legendary Japanese pianist, and our guest today, who will be with us in a few short minutes to talk and play for us, the incredibly talented Eric Darius, one of my favorite saxophone players. And you can find out information about this show and purchase your ticket at my website, which is davekoz.com. And hopefully we will see you for that 2 weeks from Sunday. Now, I wanted to play one quick song for you. I've got a couple of things to do before Eric comes on. One thing is that it is Easter on Sunday, and so I wanted to play an Easter song. And I did a little research, and I wasn't sure what to play, and then I thought about playing Hallelujah, and Janice said this was a good idea. So I would like to dedicate this song to all of you who happen to be watching for a beautiful Good Friday and a very special and wonderful Easter weekend ahead. This one's for you. See that? I paid them very, very well to do that.
Very nice.
Thank you so much. I love that song too. A lot of comments here about how much people love that song. It's really, really beautiful song. Leonard Cohen, thank you very much. May you rest in peace. Yesterday was April Fool's, and so we had a little fun. I love April Fool's Day because I think it's a fun day to just, have some fun with people. So I was very busy yesterday, but I want to say a big thank you to these two young writer-directors who came up with this wacky concept. We released a new single from A New Day, this album right here, which came out in October of last year. And our second single is a song called Dr. Norm, which was written for my dear old dad, Norman Koz, MD. It's a song that I wrote with Jeff Lorber, and Jeff Lorber produced the track. Features Paul Jackson Jr. on guitar. But we wanted to, instead of doing just the music video, we wanted to do something different, kind of funny. And since it was coming out in April, we thought, well, let's make an April Fool's video. And so Brian has it. He's got it queued up, ready to go. And in case you missed this yesterday, we'll give you a little shot to take a look at it right now. Here is the official video of Dr. Norm. And before I play it, before Brian plays it, let me just say this. I've been having an identity crisis since this debuted yesterday. So I'm going to deal with that. Don't worry about me. Here's Dr. Norm. Are you guys ready?
For me, it all begins with the teeth. The embouchure is everything. For the cheeks and the chin, I prefer latex to rubber. It makes the smile more emotive, more joyous. I've been through more than a few of these in my time. Oh, tired? Well, I've been doing this for 30 years. There's a certain responsibility, a certain expectation.
Mr. Koz.
Yeah.
We're ready for you.
Okay, just a moment. An actor prepares.
An actor prepares.
Thank you for finally joining us.
that? I need 10. Yes, well, some days I find Koz and some days I don't. Excellent work today. See y'all tomorrow. Yes? Oh, sorry.
I don't love it at all. Richard, how are you?
I'm fine.
Were you called for today?
It's Thursday, right?
Yes, but we didn't call you.
You didn't call?
No, we didn't call.
What is that?
We're trying a new direction for the character. We're just exploring our options.
Options?
Yes, it's not the same market it was 30 years ago.
What is this? That is not Koz. That is not Koz. What is that?
Just the sax.
That is not a saxophone. It's perfect. Yeah, Koz can live on without me now. So, yeah, it's on to the next adventure. Whatever that may be.
You can't go wrong with Dr. Norms. They make everything better. You know what I really would love to have done is had Sir Richard Layton here when the video ended.
Oh, that would have been great.
That would have been
Yeah.
really good. By the way, Sir Richard Layton is not a sir, and his name is not actually Richard Layton. Thank you, Jerry. His name is David, actually. His name is David. And he's an actor. He's an actor here in Los Angeles. He's also a scientist and professor. He teaches here somewhere. I didn't get all of the details. And he looks like pretty cool playing the saxophone too. But he's not me and I'm not him. That's all like April Fools. I'm actually Dave Koz. I'm the real person. I think I've been here for 30 years doing this, but sometimes I wonder. Bit of an identity crisis today, but as of now, I'm okay. Thank you very much for watching that. Thank you, Marilyn. Anyway, we have a very special guest who has no identity crisis. He knows who he is, but he's a youngster, and I've known this kid for since he was probably 8 or 9 years old. We'll find out exactly what age he was when I met him backstage for the very first time at Ruth Eckerd Hall in Clearwater, Florida, when his father Serge brought him to my show, and he was just a young saxophone player, still probably in middle school, and he has turned into one of the best musicians that I know, and certainly one of the young guns, excuse me, of the saxophone world, taking the world by storm, and a nicer guy you cannot find. Would you please help me welcome the one and only Eric Darius to the show?
What's up? What's up,
Look,
man?
you got your cheering section.
What's happening? How you guys doing?
It's a small group, but they're very, very passionate. Hey, buddy, how are you?
Small but mighty, right?
Exactly. How are you doing today?
I'm great. It's a beautiful day in LA, and good to see you.
Well, thank you very much for agreeing to be a part of this, and also for agreeing to be a part of our Cruisin on a Sunday afternoon live stream 2 weeks from Sunday.
Yes, I cannot wait.
Yeah, have you done any of the live streams during the pandemic?
Tons. Actually, when the pandemic first happened, early March is kind of when I started doing the live streams, and I did that probably until November. And I did a bunch of stuff with the band as well, and we had a blast. It was so great being able to connect with people. But there's nothing like performing live with, in front of an audience. So I'm really, really looking forward to getting back to that.
Yeah, and speaking of which, you were telling me yesterday, because we were having a little catch-up phone call, that you have a big tour that's happening this summer, right? Now, so give us a little, because a lot of people have been asking me, and we haven't been able to announce our tour yet. I haven't really seen exactly what the dates are. I know that there is going to be shows. There are going to be shows for a lot of people this summer, but there's still, everything has a bit of an asterisk next to it.
Yep, you're right.
100% sure it's going to happen. But tell us what's on tap for you to give us a little lay of the land, what fans of Eric Darius can expect this summer.
Absolutely. Well, I'm excited to get back to performing live again. And I'm officially calling this tour the Back to Work Tour 2021.
I love it.
It's actually kicking off at the Seabreeze Jazz Festival in Panama City in late April. And then we're just kind of hitting the ground running from that point till late fall. So I'm excited to go to all the favorite cities that we all love and just to see everybody's smiling faces again.
If you think about that whole time period, you said something about maybe 30 or 40 shows. You're gonna be a busy young man.
It's gonna be a busy year, which I'm really excited about. Right now, there's probably about 35 plus shows or so, and there's still more that are trickling in. So God willing, we get through this pandemic, everybody gets their vaccinations, and I'll be seeing everybody live again.
Well, I do think that there is, and people, you and I have talked about it, pretty much every other musician that I've spoken about this, and fans as well, are so looking forward to that moment when we can all be together again at a live concert. You don't realize when you don't have it how much, or when you have it, you don't realize how much you would miss it if it went away. That's really what I would say. And so I think there's going to be a special kind of over celebration, like people would just let it all hang out, if you will, for this for this summer especially. But I want to ask you too, like, how have you and Lynn spent the pandemic, and not to put you on the spot, but are there any lessons that you guys have learned, you and your beautiful wife, from this time period that you can take into this next time period that we're about to enter?
Yeah, well, I mean, I have to say, I'm so blessed to have my wife. I don't know what I would have done with throughout this pandemic without her. And she's just always encouraging me, building me up, and saying, when I need that pick-me-up, where those days are just so tough, she's always there, and vice versa. So I'm, very, very blessed. But, I think we had a lot of time to reflect and just to be grateful each and every single day. And so many things that we take for granted on a daily basis. This was a really good time for us to just take a step back and appreciate all the things that we have and cherish all the moments we have together with friends and family. And that's really what it's all about. And, this pandemic was really an eye-opener where we all had to stop from what we're normally used to doing. And, I'm thankful that we had that opportunity to just kind of pump the brakes for a minute and just to reflect on all the beautiful things we have to enjoy in life. So that's definitely something that I took from, this past year and carrying it on with everything that I do.
How long have you and Lynn been married?
We've been married for 4 years now.
Okay, so, and you know where I'm going with this because
I
you were.
do.
You know me so well, don't you?
I
I'm
do.
like
I
your
do.
Uncle Dave. I'm always constantly pushing you, like, come on, when's that baby? When's that baby Darius coming?
Well, our babies are in the form of CDs at this point, so that's that's our musical baby that you guys have to look forward to right now.
Okay, good save, by the way. Get you an extra year. Speaking of your baby, tell us about this record because you're working on a record right now.
I am.
How far into it are you, and when can it be? When can we expect it to be out?
Still have quite a bit of work to do. I'm probably about halfway through or so. I'm just trying to figure out exactly what I want to do with this project. But this is album number 8. Believe it or not, I know it's crazy. I think when I first met you, I don't even think I had my demo CD done yet.
No, you were like 7.
Did you actually see the picture that I posted on your birthday the other day? This was.
Please. Oh my God!
There it is.
Look at that. That was the day that we met.
Yeah, that was.
So you were like 7 years old, and you were still taller than me, and I haven't gotten over that.
I don't know how that worked out.
It's because I'm short. That's how it works out. But tell me about that because I want for the people that are watching today, I would like for you to talk about that because your dad, who I absolutely adore, Serge, he's one of those classic kind of dads that every kid should hope for.
Yeah.
Someone who saw something special in their kid and nurtured it and supported it. And he brought you as a young kid to our show and backstage before the show, and we visited. And it wasn't about him. It was really just about him providing that platform for you to be exposed to something that was obviously of great interest to you. But can you mind telling us a little bit about growing up in the Darius household and your folks? And I know you're very close to your sister as well.
Absolutely. I mean, I love my family. I love my parents. They've been 110% supportive from day one. I come from a musical household. So my dad plays the bass. My mom sings and plays the piano. Phenomenal voice, by the way. My older brother plays the drums and the trumpet. My sister sings and plays the clarinet and the sax. So music is in the whole family. And, you know, my parents were always just passionate about what we were passionate about. And it just happened to be that it was music for me. So every single week, especially on Saturdays, we crank the music up. As a 5-6-year-old kid, me, my brother and sister run around the house, listen to our favorite songs. Earth, Wind and Fire, Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, James Brown, you know, so many people that I admire. And music was just a part of my upbringing. So it wasn't until I was 9 years old that I first physically saw somebody play the saxophone. And that was it. I just fell in love with the saxophone. So my parents got me a saxophone for my 10th birthday and never looked back. And my dad's been by my side from day one. He was literally beating down restaurant doors and clubs and bars. He's like, my son plays the saxophone. And before you knew it, by the time I was 13 years old, I mean, I was literally doing over 100 shows a year, from restaurants to bars to parties, bar mitzvahs, weddings, you name it, I was doing it. So I had an amazing upbringing. My family's been so supportive from day one. So that's a little bit of my story.
That's an amazing story. And please, when you talk to your parents and the rest of your family, please give them my love and tell them I miss them. Can't wait to see them. Every time that we come and play at Ruth Eckerd Hall, I always, you know, it's always wonderful to see, you know, your dad, I think, came to the last Christmas show we did, not in 2020, obviously, but in 2019. And I just love seeing his face. He just makes me happy. Just looking at that man's face, because it's pure love on his face at all times.
And he's got so much love for you. You're like an extended family member. Just in case you didn't know, you're part of the family.
I feel it. I feel it. I'm the least talented of the Darius's family. Darius family, but that's okay. I'm all right with that. When was your first record? When did you come out as Eric Darius, the star?
Well, I did my first, I guess my first independent release when I was 16. I was still in high school at the time. It was called Cruisin. And Ron Reinhardt actually produced that album. So
that's amazing.
It's funny because we come full circle, and so many years ago, that's where it all started, and we're still performing together. So it was, what year was it? I don't remember what year, but I was 16 at the time. That was the first album. And then I got a record deal right my freshman year of college. So I was 18, got signed, and then I released my first nationally released album in 2004, which was Night on the Town. And that's really when things kind of took off.
And I remember just going back to like meeting you as this sort of quiet, shy kid backstage to the first time cut to not that many years later, maybe 5 years later or 6 years later, seeing you perform. And I was like, that's the same kid as I saw backstage. It's like you were an animal on that thing. I mean, running from side to side, you were like sprinting. You had it all blinged out. You got this crazy bling on your, and you looked amazing. You looked like such a star.
Wow, thank you.
Was that like a surprise to you? Because the one thing that I hear about you is that the energy is palpable. If you haven't seen Eric Darius live in concert, please do me a favor and go see him as soon as you can possibly do that, because it's like a shot of adrenaline for you just watching him, and you don't have to do the work. He does all the work. He's like, go crazy, and you can sit there and enjoy all that energy, and he does it. He's the one sweating. But did that come as a surprise to you that you had this sort of pent up energy that came out when you got on stage? Was it like who is that?
Yeah, it's almost like a switch just kind of flips every time I step on stage, because I'm pretty calm, reserved, laid back. But the moment I step out on stage, it's like this inner animal just kind of takes over. And the first time I actually realized that, I was actually 11 years old, performing at the Montreux Jazz Festival in Switzerland with America's Youngest Jazz Band. I'm in this big band, ages 5 through 12. We're playing Duke Ellington, Count Basie, swing. And we're in front of thousands of people at Montreux Jazz Festival in Switzerland. And I saw people dancing and smiling and clapping. And then that just took me to a whole nother stratosphere that I didn't even know existed. And it was from that day that I realized that there's this connection with the audience that just takes me to, who knows where. From one show to the next is always different, but the energy is really what I feed off of the crowd. And it's always an amazing time just feeling that from the audience.
Well, I can't tell you how excited we all are. I am that you're going to be joining us for our next cruise next year in May. It's the first time in a very long time that you'll have joined us on a cruise, so it's about time.
Absolutely.
And I know what makes me so excited is I know that you're going to bring the energy, because I just had my 58th birthday. I'm an old man now. And how old are you, Eric?
38.
You're not 38.
I am, believe it or not.
I thought you were like 27.
I feel 27.
Okay. Now I thought you maybe even be younger than. You look still so damn young.
How about that?
Okay. Well, still energy at 38. You are going to bring it, and I can't even tell you how excited I am about that. And very excited about the live stream that's going to be happening in just a couple of short weeks. Can you give us? I don't want to put you on the spot, but I see a saxophone right there.
I do happen to have one.
Would you play us a little something, a little sample of what people can expect next Sunday? A week from Sunday? 2 weeks. Okay.
So I'm going to do something a cappella. And, we're talking about, the beginning of my journey, where it all started. Cruisin was my very, very first album. And I think I'm going to take you guys back to that 16-year-old kid. And I wrote this song. I was actually 13 at the time. I was listening to you and Sanborn and Grover and, all these guys that I love. And I was just always inspired by listening to, music. And my dad was taking me home from music practice one day. And I was just, staring out into, the ocean, in beautiful Tampa Bay, and just imagining just cruising with my friends, with my family, just having a blast, enjoying life. And I just feel like the song is appropriate because we're going to be cruising together in 2022. And I'm going to do that song for you. So this is Cruisin' from my very, very first album, the first song I'd ever written as well. So I hope you guys enjoy.
Eric Darius, take it away. Come on. Woo! Yes! It's your cheering
That's the best.
in LA.
Love it.
That was amazing,
Thank you.
man. Dang. And I think everybody agrees.
Hey, Greg, I see folks tuning in. Hey, Allison.
You should have seen the comments while you were blowing your you-know-what off. Everybody was freaking out over that. That was amazing.
Thank
Hey,
you.
would you be willing to do a little lightning round of requests with me?
Yeah,
Stump
let's
back
do it.
for it?
Absolutely.
So we did this with Vincent a couple weeks ago and had some fun. Of course, Vincent knows every song. He knows every song ever written. I don't know.
He's like an encyclopedia. It's crazy.
It really pisses me off, actually.
It should. It pisses me off too. I'm like, wait a minute, how do you know that?
So grab your sax, and Brian will now. If you're watching right now, I urge you to try and stump the sax player. Okay. So you've got Eric Darius at 38 years old, me at 58 years old. That is 30, 80, 96 years between the two of us. And I did that math pretty quick, didn't I?
That's impressive.
So if you have a song that you think could stump me or Eric, bring it on right now. Brian, let us know if you have something. We're waiting. We're waiting. Deacon Blues.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
You got anything else? Oh, Wine Lights.
Yeah.
You got that one?
I'll take that one.
Okay.
Love that song. Wine Light. Good choice.
You got that one. Okay,
That's one.
currently it's Eric 1, Dave Koz 0. Actually, I should have -1 because I didn't know Deacon Blues. Okay, do we have anything else?
Blues.
I know the feels
Ooh.
All right,
I
well,
love that song. That's a great choice.
great choice. Any others?
I think he even played in the same key.
Earth, Wind, and Fire, Feelings. Does that have Earth, Wind, and Fire song?
Reasons.
Maybe they're talking about reasons.
It sounds like he's talking about Reason.
You got it?
Yeah. that.
You know what was cool about that? You had all the other parts, like the little.
I was trying to remember all the different things that were going on in that song.
You're kind of covering all the things. All right. Anything else, boys?
So that's 2-1.
2-1. Oh, I was.
Ooh. Yeah.
2-2.
Tiebreaker.
That was awesome.
All right. Yeah, the tiebreaker. Let's see what. Oh,
Can you feel the love tonight?
You know it?
I do.
You're a bad person to play this game with because you're gonna win.
They need to call more songs like Deacon Blues.
All right. Can you feel the love tonight? Let's see. You know, we're making an album right now.
Yeah, we are.
I'm hearing you play these songs, and it just sounds so right. You know,
It does.
it really it sounds great. We should talk about this. You sound amazing, buddy. And
Thank you so much.
to me, this is just an appetizer for what's going to happen 2 weeks from Sunday.
Woo.
And tell you how excited we are to have you be a part of this show. It's going to be a slamming show.
It's going to be a blast. I can't
We have
wait.
a full band. We've got a bunch of guests. Chris Walker, Vincent Ingala, Pat Prescott will be hosting, Keiko Matsui, Eric Darius, yours truly, and it's all in celebration of getting back into the cruising. Hopefully, we will, God willing, of May 2022, we will be back in the waters. But this is a good celebration. You don't even have to leave your couch to go cruising with us on a Sunday afternoon. DaveKoz.com for all the tickets and information. And Eric, can't thank you enough, buddy, for joining us today.
Oh, thanks for having me.
And being a part of my life. You have truly enriched my life since the day that we met many, many years ago. So evidently it's well over 20 years ago, probably 25
years. A long
years.
time.
and
it's
I knew
100%
that
mutual. I mean, you've been inspiring me since I was little. So I've always loved and appreciated everything about you. You've taken me under your wing from when I was just a little kid, and it's always a pleasure to share the stage with you. And I cannot wait for the cruise. It's gonna be off the chain.
We too, and thank you, buddy, so much for all the joy and beautiful energy and beauty that you put into the world through your music and through who you are as a person. It's very much appreciated by me, by Blake and Janice, and everybody else that's lucky enough to know you personally. And for those who don't know you personally, they know you through your music, which all of that comes through loud and clear in every note that you play. So just keep doing your thing, man.
Absolutely. Won't stop.
You make me very proud. Eric Darius, thank you so much, buddy. We shall see Eric Darius in a couple of weeks. And we'll wrap it up. Do you guys have any last little comments?
Happy Easter, everyone.
We wanted
Happy
to
Easter.
we wanted to wish you a beautiful Good Friday and a very happy Easter weekend, whatever you got going. Please be safe. Remember that we're still in the pandemic. We're not quite out of the woods yet, but we're almost there. We are almost there. You can taste it. And as Eric Darius pointed out earlier tonight or earlier today, there's going to be a lot of shows happening before we know it. We'll be back together, and it'll be really special. I know the rest of this year is going to be very, very special. So please continue to take good care of yourselves, and we'll look forward to seeing you for our next live stream, which is 2 weeks from Sunday. Cruisin' on a Sunday afternoon. Eric Darius, Keiko Matsui, Chris Walker, Vincent Ingala, Pat Prescott, yours truly, and a wonderful live band. DaveKoz.com for all the details. Thank you so much for joining us for a special Friday edition, a Good Friday edition of Dave Koz and Friends at Home. Have a beautiful weekend. Love you, and thank you so much.